Hi guys. I used to say a catchphrase, but it's been so long and I must have found it so stupid that I don't say it anymore. But firstly, sorry for not posting in a while. If you do care, because people just randomly shout I love your videos, or just the word Dino abuse me, that I don't know if they either taking the mick or they actually do support it. But anyway, sorry about that. I was just hoping to, put together, just a couple-second video just to have the continuity of, putting videos, regularly. But, I want to work on something a bit longer, so I'm working on, a certain script. And if you haven't guessed, it's the one I keep going on about all the time. So, there, I knocked something over, or whatever. The actual topic of this video is actually quite sad. Now, if you remember when Robin Williams passed away, I did like a 5-minute long vlog for that. Kind of like, dumping all my feelings on how saddened I was, because he was a huge part of my childhood. He was in a lot of films that kind of, because it does that to you, it influences you, like your characteristics, or, just something that's the characters he played. But the reason for this vlog is that Leonard Nimoy, probably mostly known to you as Spock from the original Star Trek series, had passed away at the age of 83. Now, even though, to be honest, Star Trek wasn't as a big part of my childhood as like Aladdin or Mrs. Doubtfire was, which mostly made me sad because I had like such a childhood connection with him. But I loved Star Trek well enough that of course I knew who Leonard Nimoy was. Especially his character Spock. He is like I think one of the most famous science fiction characters just ever, really. Like, if you normally think of like Star Trek or just science fiction in general, you always think of the pointy-eared, logical, emotionless right-hand man to Kirk, which is Spock. Do you want to be there? Come on. Lost my train of thought. Which is just something you love about him. Just when Kirk says he's having a great time, and Spock is like, what is this emotion you're doing? I don't understand what it is. And he has to explain to him what the emotion is. Even though I didn't really watch much of Star Trek, I watched quite a couple episodes, sure, but I wasn't, like a huge fanboy of it. But I always knew Spock. I love Spock. And he's actually one of my favourite characters, even though people could see he's one note, that he just doesn't have any emotion. There's something about him. He's like, I don't know, an emotionless, just elf, because the pointy ears. Vulcans aren't really, that emotional. They're basically emotionless humans with pointy ears. But still, anyway, it just like, even though in my opinion, I actually rather the Next Generation Star Trek series to the original, because I don't know, I just do. Spock will always be my favourite. But this isn't a vlog talking about my favorite Star Trek character and which series about. This is about an actual person who has sadly passed away. Now, in reality, I actually just heard about this like about 20 minutes ago, just from a friend of mine is saying R.I.P. Leonard Nimoy, and my first reaction was out loud, like, wait, what? What? Whoa. So, and also, I haven't really done that much research, really. I haven't really looked up, like, particularly how he died. I just know that he just recently passed away, like today, actually. And I was going to do this eventually anyway, but a friend of mine on like Facebook Messenger said, you should do like something like this, like you did for your Robin Williams. Where I said, yeah, I should. Like, even though Leonard Nimoy or his character Spock or Star Trek wasn't that a part of my childhood, and I never really been that much into it. It just is a man who I known and admired and just really liked. and like I should just talk about it and not just get straight to the point and make a video about it, because even if it's not someone you really known or admire or find as a role model, it's still an actual person who has always been known as generally amazing and passed away. So famous or not, connection to my childhood or not, this man has sadly passed away, and I would like to talk about it. And even if I don't know, I just would like to talk about it, and just to add to the scenery. I got my Funko figure of Spock right now. I don't really feel I need to do that much research to see how he died or anything like that. It just, I know they just sadly passed away. Sadly passed away at 83. And I loved Leonard Nimoy. I loved Star Trek. I loved just his character, everything. He was just, in my opinion, just a magnificent old man. Like, he was just so sweet. It just, even I haven't even met him. I could just look at him. He just amazing. Like, and even weird. Like when I saw like the reboot Star Trek film, with like the Chris Pine and all that, and when the actual old Spock came up, some kids must have gone, "Who the hell was that?" I was like, "Hey, Spock! Look at him!" And I was jumping out of my seat. Well, not literally, just metaphorically, when he was in Star Trek In the Darkness. I actually don't know what was. I think that was the last film he did. I'm not really sure. It's just, this saddens me, but you gotta think what William Shatner thing. If you don't know who that is, he played Kirk. He played Kirk in the original Star Trek series. I don't know if they were actually like real best buddies in real life, like they were truly besties, but working with a man on a show that for that many years, it must, man, bring you down like an anchor. Man, this video is much longer. I'm talking about a man who wasn't that big a part of my childhood, but he was a character that I loved so much. It takes longer to talk about than a man who passed away that in so many films that I loved. That pretty much covers it. I don't have to cry to show how sad I am by it. I just have to talk and say he was amazing. He was lovely. I haven't seen everything he's in. I don't know that much about him, but I just know by watching him on my screen and the character he played that he had that enthusiasm, that passion. Just, he even directed a few films, like some of the Star Trek films. I haven't seen them, but it just that he done that. Just I love him just for that. Pretty much, it is a sad loss. It is. Like, we all know it was going to happen someday. Everyone's going to die someday, but it's just a matter of time and when. And no matter when it is, at any time when it does happen, and you see someone go, "R.I.P. this person," it's still a shock. It's still sad. And a pretty good thing to end it on is, even though he has sadly passed away, we hope he all still lives long. Oops. Oh, there you go. And prosper. I kind of ruined it then. Sorry. R.I.P. Leonard Nimoy. Bye.